It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Detroit Pistons. Detroit, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass me the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
You got me moving.
Ernie.
You got
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
Hands up,
moving.
Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Here in Memphis, we have an interconference matchup with the Grizzlies looking to create some cheers for this crowd. And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Griffin. Tracy McGrady is out there with Curry. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Bird in at the small forward. Now here's Redick. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
A three-pointer, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Curry dishes to McGrady. Fades and shoots. Gallinari with the rebound.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. The drive by Olajuwon, and he dunks it down.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Millsap a screen. Paul kicks to Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got his first 2 points.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Good.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Paul kicks to Redick. .152 left here in the first quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tracy McGrady. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Pierce is checked in for Blake Griffin. Pass to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Gallinari against Olajuwon. And it's Gallinari missing.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Pierce with a screen from McGrady. Three-pointer, Bird. They get the rebound. Tries again, Elijah Watt. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark, a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Vucevic, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Chris Middleton comes in for Gallinari. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Conley in for Paul.
Okay now, Conley.
Now here is Conley. Millsap a screen. Curry against Conley. Vucevic the pass to Middleton. Hits the three-point bomb. Middleton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Sent 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy. And that's how you make the most of an affiliate. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Middleton. Conley with the screen on Pierce. Middleton outside for 3. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. And the Pistons making a change here. Love's checked in. .30 seconds left in the first.
Play him tight, come on.
Here's Curry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Dishes it to Robinson. Baseline J on the way, and that one goes long. And Middleton kicks to Millsap. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. That's on Paul Pierce.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the evening.
All right now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for Millsap. Both free throws good for Millsap. Pierce for 3. Can't get it to go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front. They're up by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. they like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
They've got Drummond, Paul out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Vucevic, and it's Gallinari in at the small forward. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. The Grizzlies have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
Now, here is McGrady. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shot clock at 5. Thomas. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme. Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. Took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Gallinari did get better and better over time, and he improved. He started to get back to his former self near the end of the season.
Yeah, had that huge 47-point explosion towards the end of last season. And listen, he's still a young guy and hopefully can continue to build after his injury woes.
Second free throw, no good.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Now, here's Vucevic. Isaiah Thomas missing his last shot. Vucevic dishes to Paul. Beyond the arc. Here's Drummond, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And the Pistons making a change here. Olajuwon's checked in. And that one misses. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Now, here's Bird. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Paul with the ball. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Drummond sets the screen for Redick. And it's sent back by Mutombo. Now Detroit moving it up. Thomas is running, and that one's good. McGrady.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Paul Millsap is checked in for the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies leading by 5.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
And Bird gets it to go on the assist by McGrady. Bird's got his first points of the night.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
McGrady against Redick, feeds it to Millsap. Drummond the screen. Millsap passes to Paul, and the wide open shot from Redick. Hits it from three-point range. Redick's got 5 now.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now, you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Chris Middleton's checked in for Gallinari. Batum comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Conley in for Paul. Detroit also making some changes. Robinson's checked in for Mutombo. Pierce comes in for Bird. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Olajuwon against Drummond, 14 feet away, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Olajuwon.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
Now here's Middleton. Millsap has the open look. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
They've done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. And they're shooting just above 40% from downtown. That's outstanding.
He used that pick to perfection.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
No problems knocking that one down. 8 points for Paul Millsap.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Batum with the steal. All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
Here's McGrady. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave him to him.
And that concludes the first half. Grizzlies lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, I'm here with Steph Curry. And Steph, what has the problem been defensively?
We were a step late, I think. And, they made tough shots. We can't take away from that. But for the most part, we have to find a way to guard that line if they're knocking down shots to keep them out the game.
Steph, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
Well, who would have thought they'd be leading at halftime? I didn't. They were big underdogs coming in. They played up to the level of their competition. If you thought they'd be intimidated by this matchup, think again. They definitely can't relax, though. We're going to have a fight on our hands all the way.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Good quarter from Millsap. He has 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Pistons trail by 7. Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Bird out there with Griffin. Then it's Elijah Wan. Then it's Tracy McGrady. And it's Curry in at the guard position. And he gets the bucket. Griffin's got the first basket of the third quarter for Detroit.
And one thing that's made such a difference to Blake Griffin's game, the improved free throw shooting. He shot a career-high 73% from the charity stripe last year, the fourth season in a row that he's bettered himself in that category.
6 to shoot. Here's Redick. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And going back to Griffin's free throws, so remember in his second season when he shot right around 50%, and that didn't put him in a Hackett Griffin territory, but it was close.
Yeah, teams definitely preferred to foul him rather than give up the easy dunk to him, Kevin. I just say that's still the case, but now Blake can make them pay either way.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume. It's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
And he can't get the first one. And for Redick, he knew what his NBA career would be like. Way back in 2005, Clark, I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star. I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball, and JJ knew it as well.
Well, Memphis loves the grit and grind mentality of this Grizzlies team. We all know that. They are at their most fearsome, I think, right here in the Grindhouse.
No doubt about it. Some names just stick, and everyone here knows when you say Grindhouse, you're talking about the FedEx Forum. Memphis is so strong in this building.
Well, I tell you, last year, guys, the Grizzlies lived up to the nickname of the Grindhouse. Top 5 defense here at home, and a lot of close wins that could have gone either way, but they grinded them out.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And those close wins and that blue-collar attitude is really what helped Memphis get to a 31-10 record here at home. I mean, good for second-best home record in that very tough Western Conference.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Drummond with a screen on Curry. Now here's Paul. He's got 5.
Come on, shoot!
Millsap kicks to Reddick. Pulls up from the corner. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Griffin a screen on Gallinari. And Bird, here we go. He shoots again. Can't hit. Good D by Drummond.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Gallinari wide open. Hands it from downtown.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Vucevic checked in for Andre Drummond. Love's checked in for Detroit. Thomas comes in for McGrady. Knocked loose. Paul with the steal. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Reddick inside the line. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Vucevic against Love. He dishes it to Curry. From outside the arc. Poked away.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
That's good. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Now here's Paul after the miss from Stephen Curry. Reddick with the bucket.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
52 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's Curry with the drive. Love dishes to Bird. Love with the screen on Gallinari. Excellent use of the screen that time. Bird's got 4 points in the quarter. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs. I'll tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Thomas passes to Curry. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Six seconds left to play in the third. Curry, good.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Conley can't hit. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 8. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Memphis leading by 8. Conley out there with Batum. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Vucevic in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Middleton can't get it to go.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Now Conley. Drummond a screen. Conley against Curry. Conley kicks to Vucevic. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front courter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Conley dishes to Middleton. And Drummond kicks to Batum. Pass to Middleton. The rebound by Pierce. Pistons trailed by 5. He kicks it to Curry. There's a screen by Robinson. Curry passes it to Robinson. It's Pierce on the wing. Defended by Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. Led away. And he gets it to go.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Memphis leading by 3. And here is Conley. Outside, Batum. Drummond a screen. Middleton on the wing. Hits the target from 18 feet.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
The Pistons have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Paul Millsap's checked in for Vucevic. Alinari comes in for Chris Middleton. J.J. Redick's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Paul's subbed in for Mike Conley. Now, here is McGrady. Misses the layup. 1:41 left to play in the final quarter. Curry against Paul. Pass Passes to Millsap. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Bird. Curry kicks to Griffin. Gallinari with the steal. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Ball outside. Out to Gallinari. The pass to Drummond. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
One shot. Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Drummond. 56 seconds left in the game. Curry kicks to Bird. Detroit, no good that time either. Memphis with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Ball outside. He feeds it to Drummond. The dish to Gallinari. Can't hit from in close. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And a different look here for the Pistons. Tumbo's checked in for Elijah. Love comes in for Blake Griffin. Ano Ginobili's checked in for McGrady. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Curry. And the Pistons with possession here. They trail by 9 points. They get it back. Mutombo. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
One shot. One shot.
Mutombo no good on that one. And here are the Grizzlies. They lead by 7. Conley against McGrady. Millsap fires. Detroit with the rebound. McGrady dishes to Curry. Detroit, no good that time either. So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
He went about his business tonight so efficiently on the offensive end. It was very savvy. It was a heads-up performance. It seemed like he had his hand on about every single basket, from scoring to assist.
He got on a nice roll and deserves a lot of credit for this win, Ernie, Kenny. He might not be the #1 fan favorite, but this crowd was showing him some love tonight. Guys on his team already know what he can do, but it's great to see him have a game like this.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.